Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And it is setting up for a
I see
meeting with
it.
Facebook.
See a
Okay.
big fat live right there.
Big Fat Live. Different
With
than the Big
Stormin,
Fat.
Norman.
Yeah, different than the Big Fat Lies we've been told. All right. So welcome everybody. Welcome back. I think this is our fifth, maybe our sixth live video, and we're excited. We keep growing, and we thank you so much for following. And yeah, calming the storm, lifting the veil. This is all about just speaking truth and getting past the censorship and reaching out to our community, um, talking about things that matter to people and supporting each other through it. So you guys say hi.
Hi.
Hello. I made it this time too.
Awesome.
Yay. Ashley's
So
here.
yeah. So anyhow, feel free to like and share and let people know that we are going to be teaching classes and helping people to have mind, body, spirit wellness. Um, that's what has come of calm in the storm, and I'm so excited and thankful. So we're going to start with some of the latest news. Um, there seems to be more coming out about the Hunter Biden videos. So I'm gonna read through something here for those of you who haven't heard this, because I've been busy today, so I haven't been able to do a lot of diving in and a lot of sharing. But something that I've heard from more than one source. Um, Hunter Biden a year ago, drunk, left 3 MacBooks at a PC repair shop. Data recovered, but never showed up to retrieve and pay for it. After 90 days, it became property of PC repair guy. Hunter was told before, but was never able to retrieve his data off of the cloud service he uses. So he didn't bother to pay the 85 bucks. PC repair guy saw what was on the laptops and contacted the FBI. Main FBI guy who deals in child porn investigations retrieved laptops from PC repair guy and has sat on it for a year doing nothing with it. PC repair guy made a copy of the data before contacting the FBI, gave data to Rudy Giuliani. Rudy gave the info to the New York Post. Post wrote a story on Hunter Biden emails and pics on the laptops. Twitter, Facebook, and Google banned and censored anyone who linked to the article. Article was backed up on a government site. These big three banned linking to the government link as well. All three are in deep crap, I'll say, and this week face Senate Judiciary Committee for censoring this and more. Hunter's laptop has some very serious proof of crimes from both Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. Corroboration of this story being true has also been proven. Emails on laptops prove Biden's are owned and corrupt. Chinese Communist Party directly linked to Biden's. After the story started appearing last week, Joe Biden decided to put a 5-day lid on their campaign and isn't campaigning at the moment. So that's news. Had you heard that, Ashley?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really been keeping too much on top of stuff, but
Right.
it just apparently just keeps coming out more and more. I keep from the sources I have to myself, even they keep coming out with more and more, even from back before, sick, twisted stuff. And it just keeps getting bigger, snowballing bigger and bigger and bigger. It's outrageous.
I
But
know.
yeah, and I hope the word's getting out. I hope they're saying it on CNN.
I mean, there comes a time where it can't be hidden any longer. I mean,
Right.
This is news, and it's very important when we have a presidential election happening. This is monumental news. Why didn't you hear of it? It says, because they don't want you to. You hear about the hundreds of kids rescued in the last 2 months from sex trafficking. I mean, they didn't put that on the news, even though we have seen it through Facebook. People have been sharing that information. Have you heard about the hundreds of arrests for that? The news says nothing, but it's all on the U.S. Marshal's website. If you want the truth, don't expect the mainstream media to tell you.
Well, we can kind of see that on Facebook. I mean,
right.
censored.
Yeah. I mean, they might lock you, put you in jail, Facebook jail.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's become absurd, and that's kind of why I started this community discussion, and now we've kind of turned it to an online discussion because we're getting people are involved. And please share your thoughts. You know, we'll keep an eye and we'll respond to you. But yeah, it's to the point where they put a lid on his campaign. So to me, that means he can't have rallies and he can't have questions. So, you know,
Yep. And then that's why the censorship's there too. They're hiding. They're trying to hide it
yeah, it's
by any means.
I think it's getting to the point where it is possible that Joe Biden might be forbidden from running. I mean, because what what I've read and learned is that, and you can let me know if you know anything like this, but it has to do with Hunter Biden being with a 14-year-old woman. I don't know if you call
Child.
her a young girl. Yes, a child, 14-year-old child who was his relative and therefore was Biden's granddaughter. And Biden knew about it and did nothing about it. So that's where he is involved. That's where he gets in trouble. And I think there's a lot of other levels that Biden's connected, like the money laundering.
Where did
and
you
the
hear that
treason.
information? Where was
What's
that
that?
information about the 14-year-old girl?
So you know
That
what?
was what was on his laptop. There was pictures of them in the
Oh.
shower and her naked, and that was his niece.
Oh.
Yes, that is his niece. Yes. Like I said, that just more keeps coming out. And the thing about when we were sitting there talking about it, Amy, about his ex-wife that died in a car accident,
Yeah.
I have seen more come out about that, how she was leaving him and everything.
I did hear that.
I mean, it's just one thing after another. These people are sick. They're incest, and it's just the nastiest thing you could think of. They do it all.
Yeah.
So it's like, please just get it out there. Let everybody know, because
well,
not only does he not need to be president, but him and all his little cronies need to go to jail.
Yeah, 100%.
They need to be punished for what they've done.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on. I'm willing it. I'm willing it. I'm just pushing it so hard. I'm trying to shine my light as bright as I can.
Let it be.
Make it happen.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot more than just this. This just happens to be the thing right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot more. I mean, we just, for anybody that's watching and thinks that we're just like, you know, picking on them. No, not by any stretch. It just happens to be that there's
this is the tip of the iceberg.
yeah, there just happens to be this big old mountain of evidence that was delivered into the wrong hands.
And that's another subject that,
or the right ones,
but right, or the right hands. That's another subject that people have even brought up is why would Hunter leave those when he knows what's on that, and he knows how incriminating that is, and he knows the position his father holds. Perhaps it's because of how horribly he was treated as a child, or was he sexually abused? I mean, who knows?
That would be a definite.
You think so? I mean, it seems
that's
like
the pattern of abuse.
Yeah.
You don't just decide to be, that's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
and we don't have to go into that too heavily here, but that's probably a definite if that is indeed the case. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So just a quick recap. I believe what I've learned is, and it sounds like you've seen from other sources as well, that Hunter Biden, he decided to have a relationship with his dead brother's wife while Hunter Biden was married. And then he got a prostitute or a stripper, I think a stripper. He got a stripper pregnant after knowing her for 6 days. And then he started a relationship with his 14-year-old niece. That's what we've been learning.
getting a stripper pregnant is probably not like, I mean,
It's
that
not
was
against the law.
yeah, no, yeah. I mean, we don't really,
But that
it was probably kind of, that was, we don't know. I mean, we can just throw it out. I mean, it's probably not the best choice, but, you know, that's kind of weird.
It's a bit of a mess. And I just, I mean, as we've all said, we just want the truth to come out. We just want it to surface and move forward. We can't move forward in freedom without having the truth. And so the New York Post is the oldest circulating newspaper out there, and I don't think they do these stories very easily without making sure that it's valid. And when you have pictures and videos of this girl naked and him naked with a crack pipe hanging out of his mouth, and probably doing things, that's proof.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Well, and those pictures shouldn't be released to the public because of her. I mean, any victim shouldn't be that. I mean, they just shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's more damage, you know. I mean, for us to know, yeah, but I mean, we don't want to re-victimize someone.
Right. Some of the media is saying that the believing that the Hunter Biden emails are fake is a trap, but so is insisting that it's real. So they don't want the truth to come out. They want us to stay
saying that it's real, but the thing say that again.
Yeah, they've said insisting that the Hunter Biden emails are fake is a trap, and that they also say that insisting that it's real is also not, that we shouldn't believe that. We should, believe that what they're trying to push is that it's a foreign interference, foreign information, and trying to send us the wrong information. But it's on video.
Well, I mean, those things can be made too. I mean, they could, but probably not going to be. That's not usually the side. That's not gonna. I don't. No, I don't really think that doesn't. I don't know. My discernment says not. That's probably not it.
Yeah. Well, it's
not going to be like this one, like big old diamond. You're not going to just find this big old beautiful, 20 karat diamond. It's going to be a lot of little things. It's not, I don't know. That just doesn't.
That's the way it usually goes. That's the way it usually is. So.
A lot of little things, right?
Yeah, it's never usually just boom.
And not just like, you might get like a couple big drops, of something juicy, but nah, not this huge suitcase full of.
That's what I say. This isn't the movies. In real life don't work that way.
It feels like it's the movie.
It is, it kind of is.
Well, yeah, just not the far-fetchedness.
You ever seen Wag the Dog?
Yeah, that's a really good one, actually. That's a classic.
Yeah, well, here we are.
So it says that we know from the FBI, the DOJ, and the Director of National Intelligence, we have no reason to believe this is Russian disinformation or a disinformation campaign. And I've heard also someone report from Russia saying, I don't care about your presidential election. We don't care. Do what you do. We're just watching. And that's what's interesting too.
No, I don't know that they would go through that. I mean, wouldn't they just go it would be cleaner. I mean, that's why they call them the cleaners, right? I mean, they call them the cleaner.
Yeah.
I mean, you've heard that term with mob situations, right? Exactly. I don't know that they would. I don't know. Why would they make such a thing out of it?
Right.
Distraction.
Maybe distraction, but
that's usually what it is anyway. I don't know. They keep pulling out the Russia card and the oh God, who's the other one? I don't know, but they want to keep saying that we're in. Yes, well, yeah. They want to say that everybody's in cahoots. It's funny because the people that are saying Trump's in cahoots with China are the people in cahoots with China. So I don't know. It's that they want to keep pulling other people into this mess too, but
Yeah.
a lot of people know better to stay out of our business. I don't blame them. I'd be watching. I'd just be sitting watching too.
Yeah.
That's all you can.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no question that the mainstream media news outlets disperse more unhinged, unproven conspiracy theories than what's actually going on. They do more damage with them than what they've mentioned. QAnon and any fringe group that they want us to focus on could achieve in 1,000 years. I mean, they've called all of the people who researched this stuff and are talking about it conspiracy theorists, but really they've created their own.
Yeah. Have you guys ever gone to QAnon? Isn't it like two separate groups?
Oh, the website keeps changing. It moves around for safety reasons, but I go on there, but it's like above my pay grade. It's some deep.
She's froze. Are you froze, Amy?
Oh, looks like it. You both are.
Everybody's froze.
Yep. Uh-oh. We got audio though.
I'm the only one not froze.
Okay, I see you now.
We talked about the wrong thing.
They're watching. Oh shit. That's what happens. No. Yeah.
Amy,
anyway, well she might be gone.
Well, she's across the hall. Hang on. Amy. The men in black come and get you.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, you're like totally gone.
Yeah, it froze for a minute. I was like, what do I do?
She looks like the thinker.
All right, I'll be in here.
Look at
I know.
Weird. Okay, well, yeah, no, the website, the place where you go for that stuff is really weird. It takes a genius. I read it, but I can't absorb most of it. I let people decipher it, and then I'm like, second man down type information. I've tried to read it. It's complicated.
Look, I'm back. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yep, we're good.
Maybe I should just stay
That's
here.
so weird.
The next subject I was going to bring up was the pedophilia groups, and I don't know, what we want to talk about with it, because it's a sensitive subject, but it's something that a lot of people still don't know about, and I don't know. I don't know where to start with.
I got to start talking because I don't know why this isn't working. Oops.
I'm going to go back to my thing.
Okay.
Well, I can see her.
Yeah, but it's supposed to go. Sorry. There we go.
Okay, because it wasn't really moving much before either.
Okay.
Hi again.
Are we streaming still? Are we doing okay?
I think we're still good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So, I don't know. So just the subject of pedophilia is part of what got me so passionate and so interested in sharing some things that a lot of people don't know, and people will say, yeah, I know it's horrible, and they'll say, I know it's worse than we thought it was, but I don't know if people really have a clue how deep and wide it goes. I mean,
no, if they did, they'd be here with us. They would be in the streets
because
they would be upset.
Yeah, because what I've heard, and I know some of this, most of this is truth, is that there's, I don't know, orphanages. It's just the Red Cross. I've heard all kinds of different places that they've learned how valuable people are and how much money they can make off of selling people.
Well, and they go to where the children are.
And I've heard that they send
Disney.
women.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Disney. It's so sad and so maddening when you realize that there's been sexual abuse in the back room at Disney. That should not be happening.
Did you guys know that there is an actual there is an actual map of an interstate that goes from like Miami, or like, maybe it's not Miami, but it's like the Keys. Anyway,
Florida.
Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can go look. It's like the Haitian something interstate. It goes under the ocean. Under the ocean, a
Mhm.
tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that existed?
And that's
There's
where
a lot under there.
and that's where some of them live. I mean, that's where they're held. It is like hell on earth. Hell.
Well, there's a train that goes under there. Like
Oh,
you,
there's different levels too, I think.
I mean, that's mind-boggling to me. I mean, there's a map. You can look it up. It's called like the Haitian Interstate. And I don't know, like, can you just? I don't know. I have no idea. You can look it up. I mean, it's free
Information.
information.
Yeah.
Like, it's mind-boggling. Can we just like drive down there and drive in it? I don't know. Do you have to get a like train ticket?
Probably military are at the spots to keep, only people who are this level or who have this much money or
Well, why would there be maps on?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, I just discovered it. So we don't really know a whole lot about it, but the fact that there's maps that you can actually Google and find out and like see it. And the other thing is it goes within like 9 miles from that little St. James Island.
Within 9 miles.
Within 9 miles.
Yeah, actually, now that you mentioned it though, a lot of the earthquakes that we've been having are actually along those roads, whatever you want to call them, and near the entrances. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
right.
been having earthquakes right on that map, right where the roads are down there and stuff.
Well, I know that they have a military. The military has a machine that we can't probably even.
They use them to
fathom.
do big subways and stuff.
It's yeah, okay. So a lot of people do know, but when I learned, I was like, what? They can do 7 miles of tunnels in a day underground, and they go, a mile underground. 7 miles a day can make a lot of tunnels, and unfortunately, I think that's where a lot of people have been hiding out with these children that have been missing all these years. I didn't. It was sad, and so I didn't necessarily want to know about it. I didn't think about it much, and now it's come to me that if we don't talk about it and condemn it and decide that it can no longer be.
When you're busy having a life and making a living and taking care of your own kids and making sure
that they're okay.
Have you ever sent your kids to school and thought, my God, if something happened to my kid, I can't remember what she wore to school today. You ever think about that? Like, that freaks me out.
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to describe, like, I don't remember what she wore to school today. How am I going to be worried about these kids that are in the tunnels?
Yeah.
That kills me. But I am worried. I mean, but now that I know, like, I don't think I had the capacity. I don't think I had the capacity until like it really was like this. I can't not know now.
Right.
Well, you got to get there like little bit. You can't, like we were just talking about earlier, you can't just pow all at once. It's got to happen little bit by little bit, or you'll get overloaded.
I think some experiences in my life and having some awarenesses in just people that I've known and my profession and some other things. It didn't take a lot for me to go, oh, yeah, yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm taking care of a student who, and taking care of a trach, because the reason why he's like that is because his dad hurt him when he was an infant. It doesn't take a lot for me to be, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like,
no, you got that in the back of your mind, but you can't always be thinking like that either.
No,
I mean, a lot of us, like you said, we're either busy or, I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, that would never happen up here, like up here in Michigan. Oh, it happens all the time, everywhere.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's scary.
A lot more than we realize. I mean,
for sure.
I had one of my massage clients told me recently that the Hells Angels, that there was a guy that she waited on in a bar that was from the Hells Angels, and that he said, when I first started working for them, I had to take drugs across the country, and that wasn't that big a deal. But then I had to take children, and I had to take them to a plane, and that was when I couldn't do it anymore. And he said, so don't ever leave your children. Don't let them walk away from you at a park. Don't let them walk away from you at Walmart. And that was just,
Mhm.
it just stopped me because my daughters are 13 and almost 11, and they're getting that age where I would let them, okay, together you can go
Sure.
walk and I'll meet you. But now I don't let them walk out of my sight.
And things that were really normal for us is, hey, I have this friend at school. Now, granted, Alpina's different, and we had, tiny little schools, and we had the same little group that we started kindergarten with, that we left the 6th grade with. It was a little different, but I wasn't big on overnights. I just,
I know. I hear you.
I just, and that wasn't a big deal to say, every other weekend it was, I'm staying at Beth's, I'm staying at Vicky's, I'm staying at Lisa's, I'm staying, or they're at my house. And it was like an almost every weekend thing. Well, I mean, we didn't have a whole lot else to do, so that's just what we did. And not anymore. It's not a big thing. Like I'm always more than happy for Isabel to bring kids home. I'm not the other way around.
Right.
I'm just simply not like,
I
nope,
totally agree.
pass.
We're the same.
I'm sorry to be that way, but I just am. She's my only one,
Yeah, I totally agree. You have to be more cautious than than you realized. Because this gentleman told her that if they take your child, they will be gone in an hour. Like
They're
they'll
gone.
be on a plane in an hour.
Gone.
And one of the things that I was reminded of recently was just the whole mask thing. How easy it would be if you turn your back for them to take your kid, put her hair up in a baseball cap, put a mask on her, and you walk away, or they walk away, and you're looking for her, and she now looks like a boy with a mask on. How quick that could happen. I mean, that's something that people need to be aware of. It's scary.
Yep. And there's lots of herbals that people aren't aware of that can I'm not even going to talk about it.
No.
Because they make you very compliant, and they exist right in nature.
Oh.
And
well,
it want to take a lot to put that right in a mask.
Oh, okay.
Take a drop.
Oh, wow.
Or even just a little bit on the skin. You just have to have a little bit of knowledge.
So the reason we're talking about this, even though it's scary, is because we have to get the word out, and everybody needs to pay attention. You care about your kids. We need to protect them. It's that.
Truthfully, it's probably safer now than it's been in a very long time. But the fact remains is there's really awful things that have happened.
Right. Absolutely.
And we're going to have some fallout from this. And somehow we're going to have to take care of these babies.
Right. And some of them are, well, most of them are quite damaged, emotionally, psychologically, and physically. Some of them are, I don't know, they've been hurt, it's a sad subject, but like I say, and like you said, we're in a better place than we probably have been for generations, because this has been going on for generations. I mean, some of what's going on underground is that young girls are having children, and they're not on the social security system. They're not, and they're just used for satanic sacrifices. And I know that sounds extreme, but why do we never hear about Satanists? They do still exist, and there are people who are getting what they want in that type of situation, and paying attention to it is the key, and talking about it and getting the word out so that we all know what to look for, and what, just to be aware. But I think there's hope. I think that's really what this is about, is that we are moving to a better place. Before, I didn't really know about it. It's something I don't think about a lot. And now I'm just excited to talk about it so that we can continue to prevent it and continue to spread awareness. It's how we heal,
Yep.
And
there's probably a lot of people that could talk more probably more eloquently and with a lot more knowledge about, the ins and outs and what is intended, and that we can, and but just kind of, cracking that can of worms. It's really what
Right.
we're kind of just having the discussion and letting people know that we're willing to have it.
Well, you
is
got to
Yeah.
start somewhere. You got to
Right.
start somewhere. So
Right.
whatever the case may be, work with what you got.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And that's why we have why we're having weekly gatherings, you guys. It's a community discussion at the Alpena Salt Spa for the next few Wednesdays. We'll see how many people we get, and it's at 4:30. So please show up. If you don't want to be on video, we will not. We'll honor that. But yeah, we're excited to just support our community and talk and see how you feel and see what you are experiencing, and how we can help each other. Because when I learned some of these truths, I was sick to my stomach and I cried my eyes out. And that's why I decided I had to do this. I had to come forward and talk about this so that other people could express how they feel and cry if that's what they need to do, and get a hug if that's what they need to do. This video doesn't like to show me. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I keep talking and it's not on me.
I see
I
you.
see you. Yeah, I see Shannon now, but yeah.
Awesome. Okay,
Oh,
good.
is it? Let me change my view.
From me, I can only see Alice.
Oh, me? Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're so funny. Just
I
don't-
have you on gallery view. So like, if you're looking at the live on Facebook, all three of us are on there.
Yeah.
So we're
Oh,
good.
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
Okay, good. I didn't want it to be like, why won't they show Amy?
It might be a setting on your side. It's
Okay.
okay. But we can see all three of us or they can see all three of us. So
Good deal. Well, we're hoping that Nicole's going to join us to talk about astrology. But in the meantime, I want to just talk about like how the world is changing, and maybe Alice can come in and give us some of her insight, because I don't know anything really about astrology except that it's there. Like there's a sky and there's planets and stars, and they mean something, and you can feel when they're changing. And it's
Well, you know how the Bible says the signs are in the heavens, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's in the Bible, heavens, that's what they're referring to. So if you think about it, it's really just that's how God communicates to us. You know what I mean?
nice.
But it's also because to me, God is source and is everything. It's all connected to where everything that goes on up there, we feel it because we're all one. In my beliefs, I believe that the planets even have souls.
Oh,
So we feel we're all bouncing energies off each other. So it gets pretty whack. It's been pretty whack the past couple weeks. I don't know what you guys have been dealing with, but
yeah.
I think it was since Mercury went into retrograde. I've just been dropping stuff and breaking stuff and just pissy, and nothing's working for me, and not enough time in the day. It feels like time is moving so slow, but then your hours of it's like,
Yeah.
I just give up. I give up right now. I'm gonna start hiding under my rock here soon.
Oh my
But
god.
it's picking up though. It's picking up. It's all good. But I've been watching the Schumann resonance lately, which is another really good. It to me, it's the frequency of the Earth, but you can literally measure the energies coming from up there. It measures those too, because I mean, it's picking up. It's hitting Earth, so Earth feels it, and then we're getting these measurements back, and because I can feel it just sitting here. What was it, yesterday or the day before? It's kind of like it crashed a little bit, and I felt it. I just was like, oh crap, what was that?
Right.
So I had to go look at the Schumann and check it out. But actually I got this picture because I wanted to kind of explain it to you guys, or Amy at least, because she's
Right.
like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And it's complicated. It's to text to you. So
Right.
if my phone will pick it up. All right. I don't know if I can. Let me do it sideways. Is it gonna work? Probably not.
Yep, we can see it.
Yep.
Can you tell how it's like really, really squiggly and then it kind of just gets clearer right here?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you see that part? It's like
Yeah.
in the background. To read this graph, you got to look at all the greens, the blues, the whites, the yellows, how far it goes down. Each one of these lines is a different dimension. That's how far down those energies are going. Those are the spikes, obviously, the lines.
Okay.
But I felt that. I felt that little drop off right there, and I was like, "Whoa, what was that?" Because I've been buzzing this whole time. I'm feeling great, and then went bloop. But I went and checked it today just because I was feeling better and I wanted to see what was going on now. It looks a lot better. We're back up to where I want to be. Thank God. It's like that's how it is for me on a daily basis, or at least every day or two. It's like this. I'm on a roller coaster ride I can't control. It's
Well,
it's
I think
interesting.
we all feel like that.
Oh
you
yeah,
know, and-
even subconsciously, people that know nothing about this are you feel it. You do, whether you really know it or not. But
right.
this is from today.
Oh,
Won't let me zoom in too
it
much.
looks different.
But those are but that's the good stuff right there. All that white lines. Sometimes it will be completely whited out, babe.
Wow.
Whited out, babe. That's the good stuff. That's all those good energies coming from up there.
Okay.
I
Cool.
love it.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been. You can literally get so much information off that. I look at it almost every day, at least once or twice a week. But that's a good tool to have. I'll probably end up posting it on the page just so everybody else can have it, because
Yeah.
it helps a lot. You're like, is it just me or what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
So to know what's going on, it's
So that can explain when you just feel off. And
yes,
people,
especially all these headaches and the stomach problems, physical
Oh.
symptoms too will
Oh,
happen during those. Yeah.
So that's
So it's
like
good to know. It's good to know. Is this me being sick or is it something else? Because
yeah.
guess what? During that crash right there, I had a little stomach flare up.
Really?
It seems to happen at the same time. And I was going to take my medicine, but I was like, no, it's not that. It's that.
Okay.
So I didn't bother taking it that time. But no, it's been interesting. It just keeps like all the energies keep going up, and I'm just getting pumped. So
And I know you've mentioned to me it's important for us to keep our vibration up. And I
Yeah.
think it's just, I mean, I think how how we understand it is just that the powers that be in our country, and they're trying to keep us down. They're trying to keep the information hidden, and they're trying to keep us stressed and sick and poor and
in
stupid.
fear. Yeah.
And so we have to see things from a positive light. Because if we get down and depressed and then that's what we talk about, then that we just create more of that. I mean, don't you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the law of attraction. We should bring that up one of these days too. There's at least 13 laws of the universe, and one of them are the law of attraction. Whatever you think is literally coming into your reality. So if you sit there and think, oh God, all this bad, you know what I mean, and negative all the time, that's what the world will present to you. So you have to stay positive. And the only way to fight the dark is with light. So
I have to explain why I was laughing so hard.
Okay, yes, I like catch your breath.
It was because it's kind of, well, it was only the three of us that day, and we had the discussion about the bubble guts.
Yeah.
So I was having flashbacks about the bubble guts. I think it was that day.
Yep.
So nobody else knows that we had that conversation. So that's why I was laughing so hard.
I know exactly what you mean. No, I know exactly what you mean.
So everybody else are like, why is she laughing at her? Like, I'm thinking about something else.
I'm moving.
Okay.
I like that background.
Yeah.
I was trying to give her a galactic background, but I couldn't do it for whatever reason on that account. So whatever.
Cool. I'm in my massage room, you guys. Want to come hang out in a cool, relaxing room? Come see me. We have been busy with massage. It's been awesome. We've been doing a lot of Reiki, and Reiki is balancing energy work, and I do balancing energy work with God. So I ground myself, tap in, and help heal people on an energetic level. And He works through me. I am just a vessel, and it's been amazing. I've had so many more people during COVID who are getting energy work than massage. I mean, I'm still getting probably a little bit more people getting massage, but at least one a day of energy work, Reiki.
That's awesome.
It is.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, because sometimes you just need to sit and let someone give you some love and help you balance you out, right, Shannon? Because Shannon
Yep.
knows Reiki too.
Yep. I do Reiki too.
Yeah, and so, yeah.
I was
so
going
if
to
you
say
guys,
something. I was going to say something smart alecky like, well, who else would you be doing it with? Because I think a lot of people think, they think they use they apply their own definitions, but it's love.
It is. I mean, so I'll just give a quick example. When my mom was battling colon cancer, sometimes massage would help her. I could massage her pain away, but sometimes it didn't help. And so I thought, oh yeah, Reiki, because I really didn't use Reiki much back then. But I thought, well, what the heck? And so I just sat next to her and I put my hands on her arm. She was sitting in the chair and I was sitting on the floor. So it doesn't even matter where you touch the person. It's just, and you don't have to touch them. A lot of people do Reiki off the body without touching.
Or long distance. I've done Reiki long distance.
Yeah, and that works too. And so, I mean, I just asked God to help me balance her out, and see things flowing, and just give her love. And she looked at me and said, "Why does it feel better when you do that?" And I said, "Because I'm giving you love."
Mm-hmm.
And it just was awesome. And I just have had a lot of people that could feel it. I mean, because it's great intention. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's all that.
Well,
Yeah.
once again, it's vibrations. It's vibrations. Because when I feel over the chakras, I feel want, want, want. You can feel it tingling,
Yeah.
So I mean, everything is vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so all you have to do is tap in and maybe get some training or practice it. That's how you get better at it. But yeah, so we're gonna be offering that.
If you're somebody that has really vivid dreams, if you kind of check out and get into that space between awake and asleep, you'll have you'll go back to like a memory or a thought. Like people will kind of go on their own little, daydream, or some people
Right.
call it shamanic journey.
Right.
It like really whatever applies to you, that's what it does. Wherever you need healing, that's where you go.
Right, exactly. And it might be like a meditation almost.
Yeah, my cousin, as soon as I started with him, he was gone.
Aw.
He was gone for he went and visited his grandparents. He came back with this whole story, like our grandparents and his dad's, my non-biological his, other side. And he came back with this story. He's like, they were great. Like it was like he had a dream. It was pretty fabulous. But everybody has their own experience, It was very healing.
Yeah. I think it's about being open, because some people just sleep.
Yeah. I've done Reiki on a lady that she was sawing logs and she was like, that was the best. And I'm like, okay, great.
But we're doing things while they're sleeping. So
yeah,
and they're just relaxing, healing. It helps with pain. It helps with emotional imbalance, but it helps with pain, and it's pretty awesome. So feel free to check it out, you guys. And I think we'll finish up with just talking quickly about our classes. So I opened this new business. It's called Calm in the Storm, and we're doing classes for clarity. And classes for clarity is just about mind, body, spirit, wellness, finding peace and loving yourself more, and forgiving the past, forgiving someone who's hurt you, forgiving yourself for your imperfections, and deciding what you want in your future. that's what these classes are about, you guys. They're amazing. We're so blessed to have, well, we have 4 teachers because Ashley Alice over there has decided she's going to teach a class or 2. What are you going to teach? Tell us about your class.
Well, like I've been saying, it's vibrations. Everything's vibrations, and it's really the only, you know, I can actually bring something to the table with that one because it's not complicated by any means whatsoever. It's just we're not taught any of this in school. How plants, when you speak to plants, and all that stuff, and you are what you eat, and if you're eating crap food, your vibration is not going to get higher than it could be.
Yeah.
So there's so many different ways, and it's a whole new world. Literally, it's a whole world. And it's just, I want to just be able to have a door. It's mainly just an in general type.
Hey.
Well, I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah.
I have a friend who does a lot of deep investigation on a lot of things who would like to join our conversation. His name is Donnie Brooke.
Love that.
Would you like, you guys got like 10, 15 minutes?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, keep talking. I gotta get an invitation.
Okay, cool.
Okay. But yeah, just raising vibrations really is the whole concept.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm excited, and you'll have to let us know because I think we're about to get rolling with starting some of those classes. So all of the classes that we're doing, we are waiting to hear from you guys on what days and times you would like. Because we can do, we're going to work around what people want. We're not going to say it's Tuesday at 6 when you might have dance class every Tuesday at 6. We're open and we're excited about it. And so I'm going to be teaching classes like mindfulness, just simply what is mindfulness? It's paying attention to what you put in your mind. It's paying attention to what you focus on, and how simple it is to change that is to stop listening to music that makes you depressed because somebody broke your heart. Stop watching murder shows on television. Simple. Let go of the person in your life who is making you angry every day. So it's simple things like that that some people don't think of. They just go through life, and don't think of. Vision boards, art with love in mind. I want to start doing art classes because, first of all, I said this before, I collect heartstones like crazy, and I have a barn that's falling down so we can make some beautiful, beautiful art. And people are sick of being home, stuck home, and when they go out, they have to have mask on. We just want to have people be happy and enjoy life. And so we're going to start offering classes very soon, and I'm very excited to hear from you guys about which ones you're interested in. I know that Lexi's going to do tapping, and Shannon, why don't you tell us about a couple of your classes? Just mention them.
Well, can you start naming them and I'll fill in the blanks? I'm trying to get this sent off to Debbie.
Okay, no problem. You know what? That's okay. You do that. Actually, I'll come back to you, and I'll mention really quick that what's super exciting and happening tomorrow is our Halloween party. So we are going to have a costume contest. We are going to have a scavenger hunt. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have food. We're going to have drinks. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a couple classes. We're going to have like a 15-minute presentation on the tapping by Lexi, about a 15-minute presentation by me on Reiki, the energy work. And so if what I was talking about is interesting to you, and someone that it might help, because some people don't like massage. Some people don't want their knots pushed on because it hurts. I like massage because it makes me loose afterward. But if some people don't, and so Reiki might
like
be
the bone cracking ones. I like
right. And so Reiki might be the right thing for people who don't like massage, or don't, they just need something easier. Maybe they're sensitive, but yeah, so you can send somebody to come get some Halloween candy and have some fun, and we'll have lots of munchies.
I'm doing tarot card readings.
Tarot card.
Yep. I'll bring my cards with me.
So real quick before Donnie gets here, because he's about to blow our hair back.
Ah,
So, did I interrupt? Or were
no,
we-
you're good. I
I
mean,
think
there's one more thing I was going to say is that Dr. Lori is talking about vitamin D and the immune system. So,
Yeah.
so we'll have classes on those every other half hour or every half hour. Yeah. And then
Okay.
there's going to be chair massage too, $1 a minute chair massage by Rachel. Now you can move on.
Okay. So
wait,
I have,
well,
I've got 7 classes on the docket, I guess, and we're just really kind of leaving them out there to see what people are really interested in. They'll run 6 to 8 weeks, and they are really very individualized, depending on how deep of a dive individuals want to get. My intention is to have face-to-face classes at least once a week, but there might be an individual that needs one-on-one time 3 times a week, where another individual only needs one-on-one time once a week, let's say, just for an example. So my classes, for example, are soul contracts, learning about soul contracts. Another one is ancestral karma, healing family roots, or so it really depends on how deep of a dive somebody wants to take. And sometimes you start pulling off those layers and you realize that, oh, this was a much bigger layer than I thought. And so that can be a little surprising for people sometimes too. Incredibly healing, but surprising. So I really want to make it available to be, we need to be able to kind of ebb and flow with what people are going to might need. So, and also if somebody is in like California, they need to be able to take the classes as well. So having like this ability to do one-on-one this way, if I'm not, in their vicinity or on the phone, or the material is available to them in a different context. So just,
cool.
it's definitely a individual's journey, and you just need somebody to kind of walk, or you need kind of a community, or a group to walk along that path sometimes.
Yeah, for support.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did all mine pretty much by myself. I know what you mean, man. I would have gave anything. I met Amy here recently, but other than that, and you, of course, but I've pretty much been solo on my mission over here. So yes, to have a mentor, or at least somebody to help you, guide you, tell you what the hell is going on.
Exactly.
It helps tremendously.
Exactly.
I probably would have been healed by now if I would have had you girls already.
Aww.
And if anybody has seen any of our lives with Sean, he was part of that journey, especially with ancestral healing, obviously because he's a Norse shaman. So that was a big part of my healing, he was part of that, and others too. But it can go in all different, you just follow it. You just follow where you're led, and you see where it goes. It can go all over the place. So it's cool.
Nice.
For sure. Yeah.
Good deal.
It's just very individualized. You just never know.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking some of those classes.
Cool. It'll be fun.
Yep. All right. So what do we need to know about this guy? You're going to tell us in a minute.
Well, Donnie, well, he's, I'm waiting for him. I sent it to him. He is totally interesting. When you know how we're like conspiracy theorists, he'll wear that with a badge of pride. He don't care. Yeah, he digs up the, he don't care.
Okay.
That's who he is, gosh, he's got a interesting past, I think. He did the wrestler scene, like he was a pro wrestler.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And yeah, like, so he'll I'm sure he'll tell us a little bit. Like, I hate to speak for him, once he gets here. Yeah, and he does all kinds of talk shows all over the place. So like, our podcasts. So interviews. So I don't know what's taking him so long. I hope I didn't like type his thing in wrong, his email address.
So I wanted to let you know that Nicole was supposed to be here to talk about astrology, and she ended up She ended up having a few extra kids, and I'm getting messages from her that she wants to come on again another time, because she knew that the kids would attack her while she was on video.
Of course.
Okay, let's see if I can do this a different way. But keep talking. You guys are good. We might have to go back and do, kind of maybe recover some of the things that we've already covered.
Okay.
Or maybe I don't know. Just to kind of keep with the topics, maybe. That's just kind of what I'm.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's got lots of stuff. Fun stuff. Just to tell him what we've been talking about this time.
Right. So another class that I'm doing is Intro to Meditation, and honestly,
yeah.
guys, I totally just want to share that it's like easy. You just have to sit quiet and either decide that you're going to focus on something. Maybe it's just loving yourself, forgiving yourself. I love myself. I forgive myself. Maybe it's I am loved. And that's all you need. If you need something like that to focus on, you just start by sitting. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and an end. That's how I explain it. It's not hard. You focus on letting go and relaxing, and see where your mind takes you, and see what comes up. Sometimes the things that come up are totally positive and healing, and sometimes you need to cry and then be healed. And you can do it as short as 2 to 5 minutes if you want, because sometimes I just sit down, light a candle, and say, okay, I need to focus on getting this accomplished, because I've been spinning my wheels for the whole day and not gotten this one thing accomplished. And literally what I'm doing is asking God to help me. That's what I say in my meditation is help me get this done. Yeah. And then just spending that 2 to 5 minutes, closing my eyes, breathing deep, and focusing on that for, and asking for help. Then I put my hands together in prayer and say thank you, and blow out the candle and go get it done. And it's awesome. If you can do 20 minutes, that's going to be a little more healing, and 20 to 30 minutes, can get you to a place where you can go inside, and you might start have a thought pop into your head, and you should pay attention to that. If you have a thought like, what am I having for lunch? That's okay. Like, we need to forgive ourselves, because we all have those thoughts. You just move back to your breath, breathe deep. I mean, breathing deep is the main thing. It brings you to the present moment. And if you take that time to just, bring yourself back to present moment and refocus on, or don't focus, whichever you prefer, however you prefer to look at it. It's really one of the easiest ways for you to heal, and just, we all need to practice that more. I do. I don't do it very often. I'm a busy-minded person I'm always behind schedule. At least that's how I feel.
I say that all the time too. I need to meditate more.
Yeah. And so this summer I started having a meditation class on the beach, Monday meditation at Mishikiwis, and I didn't get many people show up. And so it was just a blessing for me to do that on my own and to focus for myself. And I would spend time collecting heartstones and beach glass and, see what I could find in the water. And if it was hot, then I would go dive in afterward. It was really good for me.
So Sean says hello on the screen.
Cool. Awesome. Hi.
And Jeanette wanted to also mention that don't forget breath work is really important during meditation, just to kind of probably getting rid of all that fire breathers.
Absolutely. I agree. Yes.
I've tried that one. Have you ever tried that one? It's like you literally pass out. Breath of fire. There's a breathing technique. Yes, you will pass out. I came as close to passing out as it.
Yes, there's an actual, if you've ever practiced there's fire breathing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it Kundalini yoga or
I believe that's what, yeah.
There's an actual, because it's supposed to shoot up the energy.
Yep.
So, But what we were talking about last night is like how if you're a pitta in the as your dosha for Ayurvedic medicine, you will exhale a lot of heat through your breath.
Okay.
So we were talking about that last night in our Zoom meeting with or think live with Sean, and he's like, yeah, what did he say about being in India and how he was being teased about being a fire breather or something?
Well, I think we were also relating it to the masks.
Yes, we
bad-
were.
You know?
Funny.
Ugh.
So yeah, so Jeanette, you remember Jeanette from high school probably?
Oh,
Hey
yeah.
Jeanette. Hey girl.
So, what other classes are we teaching? We have like 30 of them. I guess I should just mention you can find them online. You can find them on, there's a survey on Calm in the Storm. There's a survey, and all you do is put your name, your phone number, and check all the ones you're interested in. And then we'll get a hold of you to start planning a time and a day. And
Love it.
yeah. So
Yep. And the other class too that I'd like to mention that I'm thinking about it is if anybody's familiar with the poem Imagine a Woman Who is in Love with Herself.
mhm.
It's also turned into a book. There's a beautiful there's activities in it, really kind of different depending on the group. But there's breathing practices and meditations as well. And just really some readings that you can kind of reflect on. So it actually turns into a beautiful curriculum. And if I can just get through the whole poem without crying, we'll be all set. But maybe that's good. I don't know. It's really beautiful. We've yet to post that on our Facebook. There's a woman that reads it on YouTube. It's really
Okay.
lovely. So I'm really excited about that. It's kind of just, just being okay with who you are in your own skin.
Yeah.
And just kind of like defining your own self.
Yeah. It's kind of huge.
It's huge.
Most people don't accept themselves how they are. They're continually looking to change.
Yep. So I'm really excited about that class too.
Nice.
I'm excited about all of them. Why would I want to teach them? So
I know.
yeah, that's an awesome class.
I am also teaching vision boards, which is just about focusing on what you want in your future. It's amazing how when you put something pretty together and you put it on your wall and you see it every day, how it starts to come to fruition. I had no idea how this was going to work in my life, and it came to fruition in the weirdest way. I would have bet that my dad would never sell me his property. And I put this thing on my wall and looked at it every day, and I knew we were going to be moving. And I told my dad, if you're ever going to move out of your house, tell me before I buy a house next door to you, okay? And after he told me, which shocked the crap out of me, because he's all about he is all about keeping the house in the family, because we've had, now it's 7 generations of Golders in our house, on our property, I should say. And
I don't even think my family has been in the United States for 7 generations.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
I'm serious.
So that's pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if I can remember all their names, but I know that a bunch of them are in the cemetery right down the road from our house.
Like what year?
Well, I know that our barn that's falling down is over 100 years old. I don't know. I should look. When I asked my dad, and he gave me all their names, but he didn't give me years, so I need to look back.
I mean, we're talking about like ancestor stuff, like literally 4 generations ago. Like, I don't know if I should say this on Zoom. Like my 4 grades ago, he was like the last man to be publicly executed in Oslo, Norway.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that to me before.
Yeah, I mean, talk about doing some ancestral karma work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was only 4 generations ago.
Mm-hmm.
And your family's been here 7 on that same property.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I mean, like my grandpa lived across the street, but he was raised on my property. So yeah, it's really cool. But anyhow, when I moved out there and I took the vision board with me, I got out there and I realized that right in the middle of it, I had put a picture of an island with a faucet coming out of it, like a kitchen island, and 3 stools at it. And it was exactly the same as my dad's house.
Wow.
And I had no idea that, I just put that there because I was like, that's a nice looking kitchen. And then we moved there. And so I was just kind of blown away. Like, we had been trying to get to Disneyland before I knew that they were pedophilia, pedophiles.
Well, I've been to Disney. I mean, I've been there and I'm pretty sure that I was okay.
Yeah, I was okay too while I was there, but
But yeah,
don't let the kids go in the back room anywhere. But anyhow, I made a vision board with Disney on it, and I put us like watching the show at Disney for 5 years, and it happened after I put it on the vision board. So it was pretty rad. So, and it's fun to sit down and put pretty things, from a magazine and pull out words and put
I
things
just
together.
need to say, I just want to tell you, Amy, you
Yeah.
do a little bit more witchcraft than you even know you do. Just letting you know.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I'll have to look into what.
it just means that you're manifesting because
Yeah.
you're calling it, you're calling in, you're doing,
Setting intentions.
yeah, you're setting intentions, it's just a law of attraction. It's all
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So I wonder why is witchcraft considered bad?
Well,
That-
it's that
that's just from the
label. That
Christians.
label. Yeah, that word. That word
This is
is.
from the Christians.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But originally it just meant wise woman that like
Medicine woman. Yeah.
I mean, that's all
Okay.
it meant. So
Cool.
and was crafty about it.
Mhm.
Right.
I mean, because there's a lot of craftsmen, mastercraft. I mean, what else? There's other crafts.
Mhm.
Well, I just think it's all like cooking. You know what I mean? Cooking is technically, you want to call it witchcraft, whatever you want to call it, but it's making something and
Yeah.
setting intentions and creating something, and yeah, it's all the same.
Wow. Cool. I hadn't thought of it like that.
Now, I just had to share that with you because that's crossed my mind a few times with everything a couple of things you talk about. It's like, that's cute.
Well, and I am a Christian, but I'm also opening my mind to a lot of new things that I know, new perspectives, and I feel very at peace with it. So
That's all that matters.
yeah,
That's all that matters.
absolutely. I love my church and I love my congregation. It's a community, it's a family, and when I go to church, it makes me very happy. And yeah, but I'm also very open-minded to a lot of, like chakras,
Yeah.
that thing right there. It helps people to just, it's a healing tool to look at our emotions and our imbalances and talk about it and start to heal. So there's nothing
And I
wrong
think
with
that's the dogma that Sean was referring to yesterday.
Mhm.
And so moving forward is you still have that, that thought, because you're like, oh, that's not what I'm supposed to know, or I'm supposed to believe in, or I'm supposed to have, this knowledge. And it's not anti anything. So I don't know who thought it was at one point in time. I don't know. I can't determine who that was, but whatever. And
Right.
and so letting that go is really hard, because then you're gonna still have the propaganda or the indoctrination of the whole hive mind that's going to keep telling you that same message, even though it's not.
And generations and generations of generations of memory that's how we're supposed to live, but that was a lie. So yeah, it's
Right.
deep.
Well, we're definitely starting to set up a class that I think we're going to talk about religion and spirituality, and
They're very different.
Yeah, they are.
I can connect them though, so if you can connect the little pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, you can. You
Yeah.
can, but that doesn't mean that they are.
Right,
You
right.
can.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's
you just
gonna
gotta
be
look. You gotta look at the bigger picture. You gotta take a step back. and look at the whole thing.
Right.
That's what everybody's missing, the whole picture. They get pieces of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I accept everything. I don't claim a religion, but I love everybody. If you're loving light, you're loving light. I don't care what religion or what culture or whatever. I don't care what color you are. It's you're good or you're bad. You know what I mean? And that's all that matters. Labels, that's like one of the worst things that gets to me every time. It's the label.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it could be used, it could change it, you know.
Yeah.
I think Ferris Bueller said it best.
You
What?
got it. I know, yes.
What?
Well, actually, he was quoting John Lennon.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the Beatles. I just believe in me, or something like.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the ism. In my opinion, isms are not good.
Right. Yep. No, keep it
Something
simple,
like
man.
that.
Keep it
No.
simple, yeah.
It does put walls up between us and
Right.
the us and the them, and maybe we don't need those walls. And you said it before, Ashley, why can't all of our gods be the same God?
Right.
So it's just I love my church, but I'm open minded and
Yeah.
seeing things from a new perspective. And
That's good to find. It's nice to find a decent church, honestly. I tried most of my life to find a decent church. I gave up. Amy, I've been wanting to come see yours, actually.
You should.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, they're really cool. 9:30 at St. Paul, you guys, out in Hubbard Lake. But
Plug.
yeah, well, my pastor's a great guy and deserves good things. He's got a fourth baby on the way, and his
Oh
family.
Lord.
They're a beautiful, small, cute little family.
That's a lot of kids.
I know.
That's
Yeah,
a lot.
I know. I agree. I don't know if your friend is still going to come on, but it's been.
I don't know. I think we're getting a little late. Maybe something happened. Who knows? He hasn't responded.
We'll
And
set a date. Set a date up. We'll
We'll do
chit
another
chat.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could kind of frame it for that too, because I really think that he probably wants to go, woo.
There we
Yeah.
go.
So, and that would be fun. That'd totally be fun. We can go on that magic carpet ride. I'm down with that.
Yes,
So
me
yeah,
too.
Listen,
if you
I got-
talk to him,
I got
find
Ganesh.
out-
Who doesn't want to go on that ride, right? So,
that could be
so maybe something. He is in Georgia. I mean,
Okay.
that's like a whole nother country, right? Hey, and I also hear they have great peaches.
No.
Ah,
Yeah. Inside joke. Yeah. So Wednesday, maybe he should join us. Wednesday is when we're doing this
Okay.
discussion, and if you guys want to be there in person, it's at Alpina Salt Spa right by Save-A-Lot.
And you don't have to be on camera. You don't have to do
Right.
this.
Right. Yep. I mean, we might even turn off the camera on that. Who knows? So we'll see.
Well,
But-
if Donnie's gonna be there, he's gonna, he'd want to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, we're looking to just
We'll
support
figure it
each
out.
other, have a good conversation and support each other in sharing information and sharing the excitement of the future, because as we break through these barriers that have been put on us, man, the sky is the limit. We're getting
Literally.
through it. Right now, the censorship has come to a head, and Facebook and Twitter have been subpoenaed, and it's just a matter of time before we are going to be told the truth and things are going to be right with the world again. That's how I feel.
yes. I'm excited.
All right. Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks, everybody who watched. And feel free to share this if you think we had some great information to help out your family and friends. And Shannon, thanks for setting it up.
Hey, no problem.
And yeah, Ashley, have a great night.
You too. Thank you guys.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
Night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.